is like watching like a blind chimp try and use GarageBand on a Mac. Now, ordinarily, I go empty project, and then I just put in my details here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try, because I've never used these project templates. There's a keyboard collection, amp, voice, hip-hop, electronic, and songwriter. Because we're doing something a bit disco, I'm going to go electronic here today, just for fun. So we'll go electronic, and then the tempo that I want here, I want it to be doo-dee, 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 doo-dee. So we'll tap it in. We probably want it a bit quicker than the default. So 132 seems to be about where it's sitting. Oh, maybe even a little bit faster. Well, 134 to start with, because we're going to start with this. Now, I like to do things in G major, and it happens to suit my vocal range, so we're going to make it G major for this one. It is 4/4, and the cool thing about GarageBand Mac is that I've got two interfaces set up here. I've got my mixer, my Zoom live track, which is what you're hearing me through on this particular video, and I've got my Scarlett 2i2, which is plugged in over here that I can plug microphones and guitars into. So that's what we're going to use there. We're going to choose all this stuff, and then it's going to load up this template. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is do File and Save As, because I want to give this sucker a name, and where I save my stuff is on my iCloud drive. I don't do it in this default location because I don't trust that I will keep it there. So I actually have a GarageBand Mac folder here, and there's my very few things that I've been creating so far. We're going to save this one as Mystery Cover Song. Ooh, so mysterious. And hit save. So at the moment, all we have is Magnus doing his big room drums that you heard before that do this. Now, that's not exactly what I'm going to go with on this particular song, but it's going to give me enough of a beat. Now, if I didn't have Magnus there, if we muted him out, we can use just the metronome. So this metronome we can turn on here and it would do this. Is that inspiring? No, it's not. So I don't like the metronome. I like a drum beat anyway. But this is where I start using my fingers and I start trying to grab it up here. I want to actually loop this. So I think I can, is there a way to just extend this? Yeah, we can just do that, can't we? All right. So what I might do, in fact, we'll do it in chunks. We've got the first chunk there. We'll do it in 8-bar chunks because this might help us out. So we'll set up the first like 4 8-bar chunks because I haven't worked out the arrangement of this song. I haven't worked out what I'm doing with it. I've just got an idea in my head, and the idea in my head is probably not going to suit any of these sounds that we have in this electronic pack. But let's just take a listen to what they are first. Now, the cool thing about Mac is you can grab yourself your on-screen keyboard. So I don't have my MIDI controller plugged in here, my MIDI keyboard. So I'm just going to hit the Command K, and I'm going to bring up this one. Right. And for goodness sake, GarageBand iOS. Patrick did a great video about GarageBand iOS and the features that are missing recently. The typing keyboard. A lot of us have keyboards on our iPads now. Apple, can we please have this typing keyboard feature on our iPads? It would be super handy. I know the touch screen's there, and you're thinking, why would people want it? Trust me, it's just super handy. So we've got the ability to use the keys here. So A through to whatever that is, apostrophe for those. And then up here, W-E. They're up on the black keys. You can change, you've got pitch bend up the top there. You can change your octave by using Z and X down here. So we can go down and up the octave. You can see it changes there on the keyboard. Whoop, we hit the record. The problem is I hit the R button and that's set off the record because W, E, and T are all the black notes. But if you hit the one in between the record button, it starts recording. So we don't want that. But we're going to add a new track. So we're going to right click. We're going to go new software instrument track, and it'll default to our musical typing keyboard, right? But we don't really want that. We want something better. We want a bass. So I don't know what bass I'm going to use here. I'm thinking maybe something like what's the Stinger bass? Because we don't have that one in GarageBand iOS. Oh, we're a little higher. Let's go down a couple of octaves. Should we go with that one? Let's just try this one to start with, because here's the idea I have for my... All right, let's try this out. So we'll record this in, and I'll just do the intro section here. So I'm just doing some octaves here in like the E minor, D minor, C, which is the start of this particular song. See, you're getting more and more clues by the moment. So what we can do, actually, I don't need to use my mouse. I can just hit the R button and get ready to record here. So we'll hit R. Right, now, what mistake did I make there? The same mistake I always make, which is I have this on. This sort of, what do they call that? The bit where it gives you the section and it goes back and starts re-recording that. But did it mess it up there? Did it get over the top of the front there? Sort of. We'll go with it though. Okay, I don't like that first bit that it did there. But the good thing is this all repeats itself. So what we can do is we'll just cut it there because I know the second half of it I did fine. And then we can just loop this out like so. Nope, you can't do that on this one. Hang on. Yes, you can. You've got to do it from the top section. I'm learning, folks. I'm learning. So when you're dragging out here in GarageBand on Mac, if you drag from the bottom, it's just going to extend that section, but it's not going to actually loop the audio. Whereas if we drag from the top half, it will extend and loop, which is cool. So now this should sound a lot better. Right, so that's the start of what we've got here. Now we need a lead instrument here. So I'm going to bring in a new software instrument track, and I don't know what I'm going to use, but we need something sort of we need something synthy and something 80s. So we're going to just experiment here, and again we're going to change all this stuff as we go along. But we'll go 80s. Can we search? What if we just search? We'll search 80s. 80s chime vibe. Let's just sample a few of these. We'll bring back up our typing keyboard. Command K. No. All right, let's try this one. Are you with me yet? Who's going to be the first to guess the song that we're going to record here? It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun couple of weeks, folks. Strap in. All right. So this is going to be a bit challenging to play on the keyboard here. In fact, we can probably slow it down. This is the cool thing about doing something like this. You can just grab your tempo and slow it down a bit. Let's break it down to like 90 or so, and then record this. All right, we'll hit the record button, yeah. Man, this is really hard to play, even at a slow speed. Let's try that again. We'll undo, and we'll go back to the start. I've got to remember all my keyboard shortcuts. What's the shortcut? Oh, code to beginning. O? Is that just the O button or the 0 button? Nope, it's the button down on your number pad. All right, got it. All right, let's try this again, shall we? We'll do it one more time here. I think this is going to be a banger. I think Colin Hay will be proud. So the first half was fine. Oh. Keep pressing I, which seems to be a screen record button. Let's just try the second half again. We'll hit the R button to record. 2, 3, 4. We recorded from the wrong spot. All right, there we go. So we'll put the speed back up here so it can actually sound like I was kind of envisaging, which is more like about a 130 tempo. I reckon that's about right. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can perform it at full speed here instead of having this. We'll just delete those out and bring it in, and we'll go. This will be interesting because you'll see the infancy of this. Oh, I hit the record button. This is like watching like a blind chimp try and use GarageBand on a Mac. All right, let's try it again. Oh, good times. Two. I think it just has to do the I reckon. We'll give it one more time, and then I'll put you out of your misery, and we'll sing some vocals. GarageBand takes samurai patience. I believe you're correct. All right, should we grab the microphone? Because at this point in a project, I tend to start playing around with the mic rather than trying to play stuff in. Sometimes the stuff is in my head, and the ideas are in my head more than they are able to come out in my fingers. Does that make sense? Has anyone ever done that? All right, let's load this up, and I've got to remember now how to actually do this. We'll bring these tracks up, drag them up to the top. And I'm pretty confident that we won't need to keep any of these instruments. So why don't we, can we shift click all these and delete them? Or control click? No? Do we just have to delete them one by one? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to get like some private tuition from Patrick on GarageBand Mac, because I struggle. This is by no means a tutorial, by the way, folks. This is very much a here's what I'm learning as I go. But let's right click and go new audio track. We'll get rid of that one there, and we'll go voice, and we'll just go a classic vocal here, and check. Oh, it's already in. Look at that. It's already set up. We're already hearing my Scarlett. Check, ba ba. The input gain looks pretty cool. And now I need to load up some lyrics. And you know what I need to do? I need to loop the bass out for the rest of the track. At least until we get to the chorus. All right. So we'll go to the start. We're on this track. Check. And we'll record. Check. 1, 5. Traveling in a fried out combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady. She made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. She said, all right. So yes, everyone's got it now. Everyone knows where we're at with this song. It was just in my head. It wouldn't leave my head that I just kept thinking about this song. And I kept thinking that this would make a pretty cool kind of disco song. So let's just see if we've got where the bit comes in. So there's our intro. On a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady. She made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. She said. And this is where, obviously, once we get into the crux of this, we can really start changing things up at that point. So we'll just adjust the bass for now. So we'll delete out there. No, wrong, Johns, stop it. So how do I delete just that one loop? Do I have to bring it back and unloop it now? Bring it back to the point that we want to hear. And let's just at least play in the bass part that we want for the chorusy section. It's because there's really only two main sections. The other reason I wanted to do this song is it's going to be pretty simple, because there's kind of two main sections of this, which is just the verse bits in the minor key, and then the major key, which is the choruses. So we'll go back to our bass here. We'll bring back up our keyboard, Command K. She said, what the heck did I do there? Undo it anyway. Undo. All right, I had this on, and I was doing just that section. See, I consistently and constantly turn that on. What is the keyboard shortcut for that? Obviously, keep pressing it. All right. So let's try this again. She said. I kind of like that split in the middle there, even though it's not really meant to be there. And then it goes back to its theme. So I've got to work out how to do like the looping and stuff in here in GarageBand. This is going to be this. I keep reaching for the screen with my hand, man. It's not cool. So let's just sing along. She said, "Do you come from a land down under? Is this anything like your process? Probably not, because this isn't even really like my process, but it's fun, and it's you got to have fun with your music, don't you? All right. Do you come from a land down under? Women I've lost the words. Let's try that again. Do you come from a land down under? Where women glow and men plunder? Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. And then we're back to the OG sound. So that's this one here. So what we can do is we should be able to just bring that back to there. We'll copy this and we should be able to paste it. Again, keep reaching up to the screen with my fingers, and that can go in here for the next section. And our bass will again be the same as we had here for the verse. So we can just grab all this bass and bring it on down and put this here. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. It's just lots of right clicking and stuff instead of tapping. So we'll get there. So after we do the this, you better run, you better take cover. All right, let's just sing in the second verse here, just so that we've got that in here, and then we'll play around. We'll start layering a few different instruments here. How long do we have? We're over time. We're going to go over time here, folks. So we're up to there in the song. Buy bread from a man in Brussels. And we can get like some cool oohs and ahs and things going on in here. This is going to be a pretty interesting will be the word for this project. All right. I got the wrong word on the first one. Buy bread from a man in Brussels. He was 6'4" and full of muscles. I said, do you speak my language? And he just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, all right. And that's where in my head when I was having this, that line there is where we just like give it a bit of a break there. So, and maybe with just a slightly different bass there, like a boom, boom, like this one. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. So this is where we can have some fun. We can bring in some rises and like really make this a bit more synthy, because at the moment, this beat's not the right beat. We need more of a disco break as the beat, and we need like obviously a lot more pads and synths and things going on behind the scenes here. Let's just, this vocal, probably just need to go with, what are we doing? You made changes to the current instrument in the instrument setting. Click save and save. What? Just continue. I don't know what's going on. Because I made changes to the vocal. We really want more of a compressed sort of vocal sound here. Let's just play this. From a man in Brussels. He was 6'4". That's a dance vocal. That's not bad. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, yeah, right. So we'll just add a little bit of bass here. So we'll bring up the typing keyboard again. So we just need like the bass just doing that there. So he just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich, and he said. So it just needs to go bump, 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 bump. All right, undo that. We'll do that again. So 2, 3. He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich, and he said. Yeah. And maybe this just needs one more hit on there. So it just needs to go to. Speak of my language. He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich, and he said. All right, let's layer up this sucker and get a few sort of pads in here, because that's the next thing that we'll need to have. So let's see what does GarageBand have in the way of pads. We'll add a new software instrument track, and obviously we can add external stuff and we can do other things as we continue on here, but we're just going to play around with. Let's just go 80s again and see what 80s stuff we have. That's the 80s bass. Oh, this is in the what is this? Why is this alchemy? I didn't think we had alchemy. Bring up our typing keyboard. That's weird. Oh, come on, continue, fine. think this could be good for a bit of a key sound in behind there. Let's just play it and play around with this key and see if this will work as a bit of a key sound here. Traveling in a Friday combi on a hippie trip. All right, so let's just try that. Try that just to start this, just to give it a little bit more tastiness. Traveling in a Friday car. Yeah, maybe we just go with one note in there so we can layer this up with some other instruments. We'll undo that. So maybe it's just... Yeah, let's just try that. 2, 3, 4. Traveling in a Friday combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. She said, do you come from a All right, so I like the bit at the start there, so we'll leave that in, but the rest of it just all went a bit pear-shaped. So that's sort of sound good. Traveling in a Friday combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. All right, so that really didn't solve the pad situation. So we'll add a new software instrument. Do I need to save regularly here in GarageBand? Is that something I should be doing? Help me out, folks. Help me out. All right, let's grab this and what do we want? What do we just search pad? All right, we got the classic analog pad. We got the Emerald Haze pad. What's more of like a warm pad? We'll grab our... Maybe, or... That could be kind of cool. The luminous pad. So let's just play along with this. Traveling in a Friday combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. Got a bit of an Ice House kind of vibe, that one. That could work throughout the verses. Let's just try it, hey? Traveling in a Friday combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. She said, do you come from a land down under where women glow? Yeah, okay. I think that's kind of cool. It doesn't solve the bit at the start here, so we definitely need another sort of pad here. So we'll add another software instrument. And we're close to what we'll end up doing here for this one. All right, I think we're just going to go with an E minor fifth here, just like going slowly in the background across this whole starting section. So let's just try this out. Traveling in a Friday combi. So something like that. Obviously, we'll turn it down. Now, I can't get the expression using the typing keyboard here, so as we record this, I'll start using the MIDI keyboard and other things as well as we go. Let's swim this vocal in some reverb and delay, and then we'll call it a day. Mostly because I can't remember how to actually do the effects on a vocal. There we go. We click on that, and we get to this thing here. So plugins. What do we want? So it's already got all those on there. Let's just use the master reverb, shall we? We'll go master. That's master echo. We want master reverb, or maybe we want some master echo as well. Yeah. What's the time? Oh, see, it's hard to use this. Let's just see what that does.
She took me in and gave me breakfast. She said, "You come from a land down under."
You know what we need with that? Again, I keep saying one more thing, but I'll do one more thing. Bye, bye, because this is I go low there. I probably need to duplicate this. Can we duplicate a track? How do we duplicate a track? There doesn't seem to be a track duplication option. New track with duplicate settings. Maybe it's exactly that. So let's just see if we can do a very quick ba 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 ba.
Buy that from a man in Brussels.
Yeah, let's just do a quick idea of what I want to do with some harmony on this one.
Buy that from a man in Brussels. He was 6'4", full of muscles. I said, "Do you speak my language?" He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said...
So there's some fun harmonies that we can play with in this that aren't necessarily in the original, but we can bring into this one with.
Buying that from a man in Brussels. He was 6'4", full of muscles.
I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying this, and that's the main thing with music is you got to have fun with it.